On-the-scene coverage of ACC 2015 is supported by Effient.
I'm Peter Block here in San Diego at ACC 2015 for On the Scene, and with me is Thomas Walther. Thomas is a cardiologist from Bad Nauheim in Germany and has been involved heavily in the Gary Registry. Now we have the data from the Gary Registry. They're very good-looking data, but you looked specifically at the complications, Thomas. So tell me what you found when you looked at the complications in this rather large registry in Germany.
We looked at 16,000 patients who were treated in 11 till 2013 over 3 years in the Gary Registry and found pretty good outcomes, but still substantial complications like severe vital complications, technical complications, need for sternotomy or even death, which are in line with the risk profiles of the patients.
So your patients are all relatively high-risk patients, I assume, and you also had a heart team that was working with you. Tell me about the individual complications, the severe ones.
We had a risk profiles of Euroscore around 20, SDS score around 5 to 7, and actually we found some severe vital complications in still 4 to 5% of patients. Technical complications going significantly down, but still remain at 4%. Need for sternotomy is a bit above 1% with no significant predictors at the multivariate analysis, and death rate still remains at 5%, which matches the SDS risk profile.
Yes, you took the words out of my mouth because I was going to ask specifically about, sternotomy is really unusual, and yet you couldn't find anything that predicted it. So what overall is the message you should take? First off, I think the message, as I looked at these data, is that you have pretty good outcomes.
Well, it's a very standardized procedure, TAVI, in elderly high-risk patients, and we can do it very nicely in heart teams in Germany with good outcomes. But I believe we have to have the heart teams because there's still this remaining risk of around 4%. Therefore, you need to be prepared to save those patients. Patients who had to undergo sternotomy had a survival rate of about 60%. And even if you have severe vital complications, 60% of those who have those complications later on survive.
Okay, so here's a registry for transcatheter valve replacement, 16,000 patients. The outcomes are good. The complication rates are overall less than 5%, I think is probably fair to say. But I think the message to me is, regardless, you still have a 1 in 20 chance of needing a surgeon or somebody there to bail you out of trouble. The heart team is still something that's important.
Very important. That's the true message, actually, of the registry.
Thank you, Thomas.